A recent anecdote, circulating as a blind item, details an encounter between Meghan Markle and a customs officer in Seattle, which reportedly left Markle deeply irritated. The incident highlights the stark contrast between Markle's self-perceived status and the reality of her situation, particularly her continued insistence on using the title Duchess of Sussex despite no longer holding an official royal position. The account describes Markle presenting her passport, which bears her actual name, Rachel Meghan Markle. When the customs officer addressed her as Ms. Markle, Markle reportedly attempted to correct him, expecting deference and recognition of her self-proclaimed title. However, the customs officer, unfazed by her apparent expectation of subservience, calmly responded, "Does that mean your passport is incorrect?" This simple, direct response effectively shut down Markle's attempt to assert her perceived royal status. The incident underscores the disconnect between Markle's self-image and the reality of her legal identity and status. Her expectation of automatic deference based on a self-assigned title reveals a level of entitlement that clashes sharply with the ordinary procedures of border control. This encounter is particularly ironic given Markle's previous claims of having her passport confiscated by the royal family, a narrative she shared with Oprah Winfrey. This account depicted a scenario where she was allegedly held captive within the royal family, unable to travel freely. However, the readily available evidence of her extensive international travel, including a lavish baby shower in New York, directly contradicts this narrative. Her ability to travel extensively, seemingly without difficulty, undermines the credibility of her previous claims. The incident in Seattle further exposes the inconsistencies between her public statements and the reality of her situation. The incident also highlights the practical implications of Markle's continued use of the title Duchess of Sussex. As an American citizen, she would not have been issued a British passport, nor would she qualify for a U.S. diplomatic passport. Therefore, her travel status is that of a regular citizen, subject to the same procedures and customs regulations as any other traveler. Her expectation of special treatment based on a title she no longer officially holds reveals a disconnect from reality and a disregard for established protocols. The customs officer's unfazed response to Markle's attempt to assert her perceived royal status stands in stark contrast to her expectations. His calm and professional demeanor highlights the contrast between Markle's inflated self-image and the reality of her situation. The officer's actions, in refusing to indulge her self-proclaimed title, can be seen as a rejection of her attempts to maintain a facade of royal status. His refusal to engage in her performance of royalty effectively deflates her self-constructed narrative. The incident serves to further highlight the hypocrisy in Markle's public pronouncements. While she frequently criticizes royal traditions and practices as outdated and archaic, she simultaneously clings to the title Duchess of Sussex, relying on its perceived prestige to maintain her public image and relevance. This clinging to the remnants of her royal association, despite its lack of official standing, suggests a deep-seated need for the validation and attention associated with the title. The customs officer's response, therefore, can be seen as a symbolic dismantling of Markle's carefully constructed image, exposing the fragility of her claims to royal status. The incident serves as a humorous yet telling anecdote, illustrating the gap between Markle's self-perception and the reality of her situation.